Welcome to Hoyt's Bowhunting Whitetails. Today is the 28th of December and I'm getting back into the hunting groove after the Christmas holiday season. I hope you had a great Christmas with your family and friends and are refreshed and ready to go if you still have a deer tag in your pocket. I've got some work cut out for me here. I've got to get out and check 8 cameras and try to get a feel for what might be coming to different parts of the farm. Some of these haven't been, I think the 17th was the last time that 5 of these cameras have been checked, and then the other 3 were maybe 4, 5, 6 days ago. So they've been sitting for quite a while. And what I learn on those cameras is going to really guide what I do over the next couple of weeks here as our season comes to a close. We have until January 10th. And I'm going to hunt as much of that as makes sense. I do believe Jordan's going to start hunting again, which will be really nice. And then I think our son is going to make the trip over from where he's going to college and spend a day or 2 in the blind. He'll be hunting with a gun. I'm going to take you along on this. I'm going to show you all 8 of these locations as I go and grab the cameras. I'll show you where they're at on the aerial view, and then when I'm all done gathering all these cards, I'm going to go ahead and run them through the computer and show you exactly what is on each one of these. And I can speed it way up, but then I'll slow it down again whenever I come close to or get to bucks that have potential to be shooters. So it might be kind of fun. I mean, I always like doing it. I love pulling cards and seeing what's out there and hoping for a surprise and just trying to figure out, what's going where. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get on my rig here and get moving and check all 8 of these cameras. Hoyt's Bowhunting Whitetails is brought to you by Redneck Blinds, Code of Silence Apparel, Hunt Stand Pro Whitetail, Fuse Accessories, Elevate Tree Stands, B3 Releases and Broadheads, and Hoyt. Pulled the cards out of all 8 of my cameras. Now I'm going to go to the computer and see what's on them. I had a chance to look at the photos that were on those 8 cameras. And I have to go back to something that I've said in the past. Late season bow hunting just kind of sucks. Man, they were 11 days worth of photos. There was one buck on there that I would shoot, and he was showing up in the middle of the night. And ironically, it's the deer that I thought had shed. I know on one of the last episodes I talked about one of my shooters had dropped an antler. I must have misjudged the deer that I thought had shed, because the one that I'm after still has both sides. Not that it matters when you're showing up at 2 in the morning. He might as well have shed for all practical purposes. But he's still out there, he's still alive, so there's still hope. There were some of the spots had a lot of deer on them. One location especially up there by the open gate, tons of deer and quite a few daylight. So that one, excuse me, that one would be a spot maybe for shooting some does, and definitely some potential Jordan shooters there. So if she's going to be hunting, that's going to be one of the spots that we're going to focus on. Otherwise, it was kind of bleak. I had one camera that didn't produce any photos, and I've noticed that some of these brands are a little bit more finicky when it comes to the SD cards that they'll accept. They'll format them okay, and then you'll get started, you'll get a couple pictures, and then that'll be it. So it's kind of strange, but that's what happened on that camera. Just didn't have a card in there that the camera liked. Kind of discouraging, but overall, I don't want to be a complainer or take a negative outlook on this. I'm gonna keep hunting, and I'll pull the cards again in maybe another week and just see if anything's changed. But I'm gonna hunt in the meantime. I'm not going to be quite so worried about where or when, since at this point there's nothing that shows, you know, a whole lot of potential. That plot up on the ridge, we haven't been in there since the 18th, and today's the 28th, so it's been 10 days. There hasn't been one daylight photo on that corn plot in 10 days. Every single photo was after dark. Kind of makes you wonder if it's even any sense in hunting there anymore. I don't know why. You know, we obviously in 10 days they would get over just about any kind of hunting pressure that would have been, you know, a carryover. So just there's a lot of interesting stuff that you learn when you run these cameras, especially late season, because the rut, everything's kind of consistent. You get this, you know, flow of deer, but during the late season, the deer can be really quirky. Another thing that I found interesting was when I had 2 cameras on one plot, you'd get a lot different idea of what was there from one camera than you would from the other. Definitely worthwhile if you're trying to monitor a small plot to have a camera on each end. You know, like I said, one camera can show a lot more than what the other one does. Well, that's it. I'm going to hunt tomorrow. Today's the 28th. I'm going to hunt tomorrow, and I'm going to keep going whenever I can, right on through the end of the season. So please keep checking back. You know, there's some hope of you know, making something work here. Jordan's going to be hunting, you know, our son's going to be hunting at some point. So we're going to be shooting some stuff, and I'm going to be definitely out there, you know, trying to target a few does. Well, I appreciate you joining me. We'll see you right back here again tomorrow for the next episode of Hoyt's Bowhunting Whitetails. And remember to always dream big.